Before anything, I should say this. I'm not a big Marvel head. I'm not someone who follows all the comics or the shows religiously. I watch the big movies, some smaller shows, and that's about it. So when I say I went into Thunderbolts, I wasn't carrying any heavy expectations or knowledge, really. I only knew Winter Soldier from the big Marvel films, and, well, that was really it. But still, this movie actually surprised me in ways I didn't expect, and I have a lot to say about it. So yeah, this is going to be my review of Thunderbolts 2025. There are things I really liked here, like really liked, and a few that didn't work for me at all. And there's also this one part that I truly really liked, and I can also say it's probably one of my favorite things about the movie. I have to start with Yelena. Florence Pugh as Yelena is easily my favorite part of the film. Her look, the way she talks, her demeanor, it's also charming. And it's not just the surface level stuff either. The movie shows her relationships with her job, her father, her past, and with other characters. It all felt so well done. Then there is Yelena's father. This man was such a nice addition to the film for me. Like, he's this former superhero living after the fall of the Soviet Union, clearly longing to go back to the hero business, but what really shines through is his fatherhood, in my opinion. Two moments especially stuck with me. Spoilers alert, by the way. Yelena says, "We didn't even win once." And he replies, "You were happy," when they were talking about this older football team that Yelena played when she was a child. And like, that also shows that, like, the difference in character. Yelena always trying to prove herself, to find meaning because of her past, and her father really seeing the daughter in her. Like, that's lovely. I really like that dynamic, that father and daughter dynamic. It's really well done. And the other moment was when he says, "I'm sorry I was late, but now I'm here." It's these small emotional beats that made me love their relationship so much. I really like this dynamic. Now, about the crew. Like I said, I don't know most of these characters. Not from comics, not from other movies, and yet I really enjoyed them. It's funny because I really think they're very similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy crew. But I've never been into Guardians of the Galaxy crew. Star-Lord especially just puts me off for some reason. Even though normally I like that type of character, like loud, sarcastic, stuff like that. I like that. Normally I should like Star-Lord as well, but I really didn't like Star-Lord or the Guardians of the Galaxy. Though, I have to say, I didn't really watch all that much from Guardians of the Galaxy, so I may give another shot to them as well. But here, the Thunderbolts crew gave me everything I wish I got from the Guardians, really. Their dynamic is just so fun. The vault scene was really fun too. Like, they're sent to hunt each other down and fighting, and the other second they're like trying to get out of the place. They team up, they understand, and that was also really fun to see too. Like, it's like total chaos in there. Everybody's trying to hunt their guy or girl, like their target. And so after the dust settles, they realize, like, okay, we've been sent to kill each other off. So that was really nice to see as well. I was really like, I understand that she probably was going to be hunted down there as well, because the way Valentine explained the mission was really suspicious. So I already had the idea that, like, they're probably going to be hunting each other down there, and so the last evidence would be buried down. But like, watching that scene was also fun. It was a long scene, but I think it was well done, and that was the goal basically. So yeah, the vault scene was really nice too. I also think it really shows their personalities well and introduced them to the audience early on in a good way. I really like that. And like, since they're not friends or really people that would trust each other easily, you feel the tension in the scenes, and I really like that too. Now, on the technical side, the choreography was great in this film. I really liked it. I also watched Alita recently, and I think the choreography there was also nice. It's an older movie, by the way, but I've seen online that many people praise that side of Alita. So watching these two movies back to back was really nice, because I think this movie had even better choreographies, and yeah, I think that was nice. Other than that, the special effects were on point. I really liked it. Never really felt like I'm seeing special effects at the moment, so I always like that in a special effect containing work. Like, I don't like the illusion getting in my face, you know? And the set design felt detailed without being overstuffed. I think the sets were also, like I said, very well done. But definitely, like I already mentioned from the Guardians of the Galaxy example, the dialogues were on point. I really liked the dialogues. It was really, really nice. I also watched Glengarry Glen Ross recently, and that's also a dialogue-heavy film. It's one of my favorite films, by the way. After I watched it, I really, really liked the movie. I may also talk about that movie in a future video, I don't know. Like, after watching that movie, seeing this good dialogue, it was really nice once again. So yeah, I like dialogue. I like good dialogue too. The characters were really fun to watch as well, so the dialogue were also nice. So yeah, the opening sequence were also nice. I really liked it. Now, not everything worked for me, of course. Valentine de Fontaine, for example, her character felt like a weaker, watered-down version of Madeline Stillwell from The Boys. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean that as an insult to the Julia Louis-Dreyfus. It's more like to the writing here. I think she felt underdeveloped, but almost because they didn't want to spend too much time on her role and just use her as a plot device. I'm not gonna comment on her acting, because I think like the material she had was really limited. So yeah, I really find that character to be very weak in the show, and her assistant was even more baffling to me. Like, this is supposed to be the head of the CIA, like Valentine, running secretive projects, and she hires some random person who is supposed to know everything about her and like plan her everyday business. Like, all the secretive stuff. Like, what's up with posting a job listing online and hiring a uni student? So, what is this? Why not just raise an assistant from childhood, for example? Like, she already does that with her assistants. But this felt like a Marvel thing, where they make a character simpler so the audience gets it faster. But I'm not a big fan of that. And, you know, I may also be wrong, because like I said, I am not really well informed on the comics and these characters at all, so my estimation of like this person being a random ass person can be really wrong. She may be really someone, but I don't know. I'm just, you know, reviewing the movie, what I've seen in it, and I wasn't really a fan. So there is Bob. Right before he becomes the Sentry, I just couldn't get into his scenes with Valentine. They felt edgy just for the sake of being edgy, and his motivation didn't land with me either. But, and this is important, I really liked how they resolved the Void character. The dream rooms, the traumas, and then everyone running to him, hugging him, comforting him. That sequence was really touching and beautifully done. At first I thought Yelena was going to do it, but seeing the crew also run was really lovely. And my favorite moment is definitely Yelena's breakdown and her father comforting her. I truly loved and sobbed in this scene because it's so human. I think a superhero is only so great if they can show you how human they are too, and how despite that they are trying to make right decisions every day. So yeah, for me, Thunderbolts is around an 8 out of 10. It has strong performances, especially Florence Pugh and David Harbour as Yelena and her father. Great crew chemistry, fun action, lovely dialogue, and a few heartfelt moments that just really hit. So I don't really have I don't have many minus points. So I think an 8 out of 10 is a good score. And that's pretty much it for this one. If you've seen Thunderbolts, tell me what you thought. Did you like the crew dynamic as much as I did? Or was it not for you? And yeah, I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!